Good morning. I'm Barbara Voss, Unity in Lynnwood Prayer Chaplain. Welcome. When we practice self-compassion meditations, it's a way to reduce stress and generate more positive emotions. We have a sense of self-worth and connection without comparison. 3 components of self-compassion are self-kindness versus self-judgment, common humanity versus isolation, and mindfulness versus over-identification or running away from suffering. So today, get comfortable in your chair. If you choose, close your eyes. Notice your breath within your body and practice breathing mindfully. Imagine you're standing behind your body, holding and hugging yourself, sending love and acceptance to whatever sensations you're experiencing in your body. Notice where your body may have some discomfort, whether it's spiritual, mental, physical, or emotional discomfort. Focus your breath on that part of you. Imagine yourself holding or hugging the uncomfortable parts, and then extend the energy to the parts of you that are comfortable. You can imagine any color in that energy, such as pink or gold, extending through your body. As you hold yourself, repeat in your mind any of these words of friendship to yourself. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be held in loving kindness. May I feel connected and calm. May I accept myself just as I am. May I be happy. May I know the natural joy of being alive. May I be filled with loving kindness. Continue to wish yourself well as you hold yourself in the energy of loving kindness. You can use your own words of kindness to yourself or these words. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be held in loving kindness. May I feel connected and calm. May I accept myself just as I am. May I be happy. May I know the natural joy of being alive. May I be filled with loving kindness. As you return to this space, notice your breath. And as you go through your day to day, remember these words. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be held in loving kindness. May I feel connected and calm. May I accept myself just as I am. May I be happy. May I know the natural joy of being alive. May I be filled with loving kindness. Reach up and lightly touch your eyes and open them. Notice your feet on the floor. As the sacred time of silence comes to a close, we are thankful for the gift of loving kindness. We welcome our church family to our celebration service. We know that divine love greets and enfolds everyone here. Thank you.
Diving in, get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to this present moment, here to a new beginning right here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul.
Let's take some time to be still. Close your eyes. Listen, not to mind, but to the calming sound of your own breath. Wherever we sit in our individual lives, our breath is with us. It is our constant, our reminder when we pay it heed of the unsung support we receive from our Creator. We did not create our breath. It was given to us as our welcome on this earth. It sustains us even when we forget it. It soothes us the moment we give it our full attention. What better proof could there be of the love that is our source than this life-giving force within us? Our existence is a gift. Our breath is our anchor in the divine, which links spirit and body. It is given to all living beings without prejudice or judgment. We are equally loved. Let us revel in this richness of life's gift, this breath that unites us in communion with our higher selves, with the essence of others, and with Source itself. May this awareness be with us today and always. And so it is. Amen.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. We're diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, get ready.
Okay, now if you'd like to stand and greet each other, please do so now. We're going to play a song for you. Here we go.
To join and sing, you're going to find some lyrics on the screen. Hey, that's enough hugging out there. Okay, just kidding. This is a friendly community. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice, the spirit on earth, and a blessing to the world. Let's sing it together again. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice, the spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. How about I is a blessing to the world.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Sally West, and I'm delighted to welcome you to Unity in Lynnwood today. Whether you're here in the sanctuary or watching online, your presence is valued and celebrated. Whatever trajectory has led each of us to this service, we all share that spark of divinity that inspires us to reach higher and deeper. Unity in Lynnwood offers a perfect environment for spiritual seekers, a judgment-free space in which to explore and expand our inner lives, as well as to connect with an open-minded community to whatever extent we wish. We welcome all faiths and those with no faith tradition. We celebrate all genders and sexual orientations, all cultures and ethnicities, all ages and abilities. Whether you are an introvert or an extrovert, a people person or a loner, a dog person or a cat person, we accept you as you are, and we're glad you're here. Thank you.
Where I am, God hears, and where I stand, God is standing strong, and where I breathe, God is breathing in and out and through me, as me, and where I sing, God is, where I dance, joy lifts my feet, and where I live, beauty's flowing free, in and out and through me, as me, and where I doubt, God is the faith in me, and where I cry, and I cry, God is the comfort there, and where I seek, God is the answer, here and now, forever and ever and ever. Where I speak, truth is, where I work, love is my career, where I play, God is playing boldly, in and out and through me, as me.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Becca, Scotty, Jonesy, Sally. Wow. Feel like I've already been to church. Good morning, Unity in Lynnwood. My name is Elizabeth Nachman, for those of you who don't know me, and it is my honor to welcome each and every one of you here to our physical sanctuary, our virtual sanctuary. It is each one of you, all of you that make this place the extraordinary place that it is. We are the people who make Unity in Lynnwood, and I want you to all remember that. I'd like to extend a special welcome to anyone who is joining us virtually today. Please share your name and your location in chat with our welcome host, Callie. Oh my goodness, we do have a good crowd today. Jennifer and Pascaline from Nairobi, and John, and this is my eye test, Sue, my contacts, Ursula and Deb and Tom and Lori and Bruce, and I bet there are more that won't fit on the screen. We welcome you, we welcome you. And if you would please join me in welcoming our online audience by, I think, turning to this camera over here, operated by the lovely Walayn, and repeat after me. Hello, you. Hello, you. We see you. We see you. We welcome you. We welcome you. We wrap you in a big virtual hug. Love that. Thank you. Thank you. So, did anyone notice on the way in this morning how beautiful the grounds look? Yes. Oh, we would like to take a moment this morning and extend a hearty thank you to the garden party. Great turnout yesterday to make our campus gardens and grounds look so much more beautiful. And if you were here yesterday, we have a little parting gift, because some of you left before lunch. So please stand and let us give you a round of applause and a really good candy bar. Yeah, who said you don't get a little treat for volunteering here at UIL? Gets a bunch of people ducked out before lunch. Anyway, our mission statement is brief, but so significant. Practical spirituality, welcoming community. And if any of you did not feel the welcoming community when you arrived today, come see me after service and I'll fix it. Just kidding. To support that mission statement, we have 7 value statements now, and today we're focusing on number 1, which reads as follows. We offer a metaphysical teaching which encourages regular spiritual practice, including prayer, meditation, affirmation, denial, service, and study. Let that serve as a reminder that that thunderbolt from God is not just going to come down and hit you over the head and you'll be spiritual. You're going to have to do something about it. That's really what that's saying. That's why we're here. That's why we do everything that we do with UIL. And again, we're going to have our invocation. As we do every Sunday, you are welcome to read it with me loud and proud, whisper it, feel it in your heart, whatever works for you. Though imaged and named variously, there is a singular and eternal ground of being from which all life emanates and into which all life retreats. We choose to call this ground of being God. By extension, we come to understand that we are spiritual in nature, human in expression, and limitless in potential. We gather today to remember such truths, to celebrate our unity, and to honor all life. Never gets old. I'm sorry, it just never gets old.
Our speaker today, Reverend David McAuthur, left the practice of law to become an ordained Unity minister and has led dynamic Unity churches for more than 35 years. He has served as a member and chair of the board of Unity Worldwide Ministries. He has been honored with Unity's Charles Fillmore Award and as a hero of forgiveness by the Worldwide Forgiveness Alliance. David also spent 7 years as a director and trainer of the world-renowned HeartMath Institute. His years working with HeartMath's discoveries on the role of the heart in human transformation have given him the opportunity to teach clergy from many religions and denominations. Reverend David has trained Unity's Silent Unity Prayer Ministry, its ministerial students, hundreds of Unity ministers, and many churches in the heart's transformative power. He has been a keynote speaker at Unity's annual convention and conferences, as well as being featured in Unity magazine. Mr. Unity. David is the best-selling author, I added that, didn't say it in the bio. He is the best-selling author of 3 books on the power and wisdom of our hearts: The Intelligent Heart, Your Spiritual Heart, and The Monk's Choice. And I just met with Marion this morning, and she's going to try to get a couple of those in the bookshop before he comes the next time. He and his wife, Catherine, live in Poulsbo, Washington. Please join me in welcoming Reverend David this morning.
Oh, let me just look at you guys for a minute. It's been a while since I've had the opportunity to be here with you, and it is always such a treat. And part of that is the presence of this beautiful spiritual community is felt throughout this region and throughout Unity. And I've gotten to play enough in those backyards that I really appreciate the wonderful, particularly the prayer power that's here. You guys are good. There was a part in what you were sharing when we were affirming together where we were affirming that we are spiritual. Is that really true? We're all spiritual and having this human experience? Well, now I've been in Unity an awfully long time. And one of the things that attracted me was I wanted to understand that. Okay, I wanted to understand the spiritual part. And I found it's not very easy. You see, there are other parts of us that, wow, it's pretty simple. I mean, just if you join me for a minute, just pinch yourself. Okay, just go ahead, take the risk. Pinch yourself, okay, that's the physical, right? We can identify that, we can measure it. Okay, we've got a physical self, we know that. Okay, and then you've got an intellectual self, a thinking self. Okay, that's the part that was going, what is this guy doing having me pinch myself? Okay, those thoughts, it's easy to identify, and we can measure those thoughts. We can measure how they take place and form and everything. And then there's that emotional feeling self. You know, part of what you felt when you walked in this morning. Or the part that was getting very frustrated when you couldn't find what you were looking for this morning. Okay, those feelings? Yeah, that's easy. We've been experiencing them all their life. They're all measurable. Okay, they have frequencies and vibrations and impacts, and we have instruments that measure them definitively. Where's your spiritual self? I don't know of any measurement of your spiritual self. Okay, you can't touch it. So that is a little more challenging. Now, I had an opportunity to actually explore what is that I want to share with you. This was when my wife and I were at the Institute of Heart Math. In addition to other things, every now and then they would do a major experiment, and so we'd get to participate. So we were invited to be a part of this experiment. So I went into a room, and they had electrodes all over my head and all over my chest and heart and fingers and toes. I mean, I was wired. And then it operated this way. So there was an operator who would press a button, and after that button was pressed, 6 seconds later, the computer would randomly choose a picture and put it on a screen. So my job was to sit and watch the screen as picture came up and went away, and then came up and went away. The truth is, it was really boring. Okay, and I learned afterwards that of those pictures, 2/3 of them were pictures that would have no emotional connection. You know, pictures like a rock. But then 1/3 of them were pictures that would have an emotional connection, maybe like a knife or a gun. And those were randomly chosen by the computer. Well, when they looked at the data from all of us, what they discovered was that through most of those that had, no emotional attachment, it was just pretty ordinary stuff. But when there was an emotional picture that came up, there was a change in the heart. That change in the heart was 4.8 seconds before the picture was selected randomly by the computer. 4.8 seconds before a random selection coming up with that emotional picture. How'd they do that? Now, suddenly we're looking at something pretty interesting. So, that response of the heart, what it did was it sent a signal to the brain. And then the computer chose the picture, and the brain had the opportunity to respond. Okay? So we're looking at something that we are not able to measure. Something that's beyond our third dimensional experience. Something that exists out of space and time. Because obviously it was not controlled by time, and this was a completely separate reality from the internal experience of the observer. Outside of space and time, that connects through the heart and gives our brain the opportunity to care for us in something that has emotional stimulus to us. If that's not your spirit, what is? Okay, now they couldn't measure what that was, but they could identify that it had to be there. Now, that gets a little challenging for the science folks. But we know what it is. One reason we know is that we have always known that the connection with that spirit happens through our hearts. Now, I loved being at Heart Math and getting to play with their science, but what they discovered was that connection to the hearts was not exactly a new idea. Okay, this is from probably 2,500 years ago. This is from the Bhagavad Gita. a beautiful story of the divine presence as Krishna, the charioteer advising the prince that was going into battle called Arjuna. And so we have a picture of, if you will, the divine presence instructing that human experience on facing an emotional challenge. Interesting picture, huh? And what Krishna says to Arjuna is, I am seated in everyone's heart. Okay, so we know where that connection is centered and experienced. It's from our hearts. Okay, and then, now Jesus pointed it out a little differently. No, so we're talking about 500-600 years later now. We're getting more current. So he's with his disciples, and they've just done the feeding of the 5,000 and that sort of thing. So, and he notices that they're complaining and worried about food. Okay, could be your kids. This was Jesus and his kids, okay? So he says to them, do you still not see or understand? Are your hearts hardened? Do you have eyes but fail to see and ears but fail to hear? Okay, so when he's talking about seeing and hearing, what he's talking about is perceiving. There's a perception, a way of understanding, perceiving life that they aren't getting. Why? Because their hearts are hardened. So there's a challenge then as we begin to understand the heart. Yes, this divine connection is here, but that deeper understanding, that deeper perceiving power requires that we unharden our hearts. Now, one of the beautiful things of the research is that it began to show us specifically what those changes are when we unharden our hearts, when we make that connection. But the benefit is something that we really treasure in unity. And I think it's most beautifully expressed by Dr. Emily Cady, one of the early, very brilliant teachers of spiritual understanding and unity. She said, understanding is a spiritual birth, a revelation of God within the heart of man. So it's here that a greater understanding takes place, okay, within the heart of man. And when she's talking about a spiritual understanding, what we would call that is wisdom. That's that deeper insight. There's many beautiful terms where we want to talk about that way that we're suddenly perceiving, seeing, and hearing differently because our hearts aren't hardened. We're perceiving from the spiritual self because that connection is taking place. And that spiritual self is moving in our consciousness. Now, I love information and research. And if you don't know what to do with it, it's absolutely worthless. So what do you do with that? I really had received a beautiful experience from a friend who let me see what happens when you use this information. I'm going to call him Mac. He was a trial attorney, and he was going to the Unity Church that I had. And Mac was the most disliked and perhaps successful trial attorney in the town because he would just chew up and spit out the witnesses. Okay, he was tough. Okay, but Mac was coming to Unity and hearing about this love stuff, this heart stuff, and it was starting to set up a little bit of a conflict. So we were talking about, can you really do this? And he said, well, I can't. That's not the way it works. I said, well, you don't know if you don't try. So I said, well, I'll give it a try. About a year later, we sat down. Mac said, I wanted to tell you. He says, I've been trying that heart stuff, that. And he said, I found an amazing thing. When I was talking with, cross-examining and examining the witnesses, using this, I got to the truth quicker. I actually, instead of fearing as I did, my income would go down, it's gone up. It's proving to be more successful. He said, furthermore, I hadn't understood how deeply the other attorneys in the town hated me because of how I was with their witnesses. And since I've been choosing this more, I'm finding that we're connecting, and the result is my settlements are going up. So this is pretty good. And then he shared with me the real blessing. He said, and my experience with my family is beginning to heal. Now, what was he doing? What he did was he used what we now understand from the research at HeartMath, is a particular feeling that causes the heart to open, causes that heart to, if you will, not be hard-hearted. And when that feeling is embraced, when you feel it, it causes the heart to change. And it changes in such a way that my understanding of this is that flow of spiritual energy moves greater into our consciousness. And so we're able to move into what Katie would call spiritual understanding. In a simple term, we get more intuitive. The example is Mac with the people he was cross-examining. He had a sense of what they really needed to say and how to get there, instead of just having to hammer it out of them. Okay, a much more intuitive, connected experience. The feeling is the feeling of care. A very specific feeling, the feeling of care. And when that is felt, what we know is the body changes. The heart changes. It changes the brain. And from there, it changes system after system in our biophysiology. Now, that's what we can measure. We can also measure the result. People operate on a different system of intelligence, a different domain of intelligence than operates in our head. The scientists call it heart intelligence. We know it as spiritual understanding. Okay, it's that the impact of your spiritual self being there. Now, informing your awareness, guiding you. Just for the heck of it, think of someone that you don't care about. There may be a few. I know this is that's hard to do. This is such a caring group of people, but there may be somebody in the world, remember, that you really don't care about. Okay, or just in a place of deep indifference. Okay, just be aware of them. Just think of them for a minute. Just be aware of how you feel. Okay? Not good or bad. It's just what is. Okay. Now, think of someone you really care deeply about. How you can think of that person and feel your care. The few of you that are older know that's why we have grandkids. Yeah. Now, with that feeling towards that person, which person do you feel the most connected with? It's the one you care about, isn't it? Okay. When you think of them, are you more peaceful than when you think of the one you don't care about? Just emotionally, are you more peaceful? Okay. Peace is a gift of your spirit. When your spirit moves in you, you move from emotionally tumultuous states into peace. That we can measure. Okay. We're talking about the part of it that we can't measure. That movement of spirit. Why? Because you felt care. So it's a very real thing. Now, go back to that feeling of care for that person. I want to ask you to do something. I want to ask you to deepen the feeling. Let yourself really embrace that feeling of care. Just as though with every breath you could deep it in so it kind of fills your being. Okay, that is deep connection with your spiritual self. It is your spirit that is that love energy that is flowing through the care. No, you can't measure it. It's not third dimensional, but it sure is present. And it gives us its gifts. And when you express it, when you feel that care, and you let it impact your awareness, when you do that, you go deeper into the wisdom of that spirit compared to what your brain has already figured out. Okay, fascinating story there. But what happens? You're experiencing your spiritual self. You are now experiencing a greater wisdom. You're able to see differently. Fair enough? Is that true? Okay. That's your spiritual self. And it's a challenge because it's not measurable. That movement doesn't show up on all the marvelous instruments we have. Now, the change that it moves in the body, that happens. The experience that we have, we begin to recognize. Okay. Part of it is what Mac's experience shows us. It begins to impact the world around us. Okay, it begins to impact others because our spirit isn't something that's controlled by this third dimensional body. Okay, it flows, it touches, it is power, but it's power that is not measurable in the third dimension. But it's very real. Think of your relationship with those people you care about. Wow. Doesn't that make a difference? Okay. A beautiful, beautiful thing. So we have this spiritual self that we can literally move through our beings and impact the world around us. It impacts us tremendously. We feel good, we feel connected, we feel more peaceful. But the truth is, a lot of you figured out a long time ago, this isn't about me. You know, it's about much more than this being that I am. And I'm here, and what I do makes a difference. So we bring that care into the world around us. Just imagine, okay, part of my challenge is I keep forgetting to do it. Okay, so I've begun to support myself with a very simple affirmation. It's just I keep affirming, I choose care. I choose care. I choose care. Join me. I choose care. Again, I choose care. Now kind of feel that as a commitment to make that choice. And then to feel that care and let it just flow to the world around you. Together, I choose care. Feel it. I choose care. Now, imagine, okay, we're doing the grocery line thing. Or you're trying to get out of the parking lot. You know, whichever the first need is you get to. Okay, and somebody is frustrating the process. Okay. The response? I choose care. And breathe it. Kind of breathe it. You breathe into that feeling. And you know what happens? No matter what they do, you experience peace. And you know what? You're not so separate. You're connected. We're part of everybody in this line. Whatever our line is. Okay? Again, I choose care. I choose care. Now, just for a moment, make that commitment for that person in the family that's having struggles, or your good friend who's having struggles. We can love people so much and we get impatient and frustrated. And, okay, I choose care. I choose care. Okay, can we do that? Okay? Now, this is where your heart muscle comes in. Okay? You're going to watch the news, and when those people from that other political party say things, your response is, I choose care. Okay, put some muscle in it. I choose care. Again, I choose care. As you feel that, what happens is I know that you want to make that choice, and I know that you do. And hopefully now you can step into it with more power and put this beautiful spiritual being that you are to work in our world. And as you do that, it is a deep blessing, not only to yourself and to those right before you touched by your care, but it is a blessing to us all. Thank you. So let's take a moment and just use it to maybe enter into our prayer and meditation experience. If you would, just find that beautiful way that you turn within. And I find, because care is centered in my heart, that it's helpful to me to touch my heart. And just imagine my breath for a moment flowing through my heart. And now I choose care. I choose to feel my care. Beloved presence, Mother, Father, God, we choose this beautiful feeling that brings connection and transformation. And we feel it because it is your presence and your flow in and through us. And the easiest place to begin is to remember that we are the ones who are cared for. Throughout our lives, that love and care has been your presence. And this moment, we know that that love and care in our bodies calls every cell into wholeness. That love and care guides us in every choice. feeling that care that you are for us, that love that flows through that care filling us. We now send it out to touch those who are dear to our hearts. We do care about them. And this care, as your love flowing through our hearts, touches each one, caring, blessing, lifting, healing, guiding. And we acknowledge how much we care for this beautiful spiritual community as an instrument through which care flows. And so together, with the power of our care, we send out waves of love blessing this earth. As part of our care, we send that love across this nation, bringing connection and harmony and peace. And we radiate it so that it flows across our earth, touching all people in our world. I choose to care. I choose care with that wisdom that lets me be an instrument through which your love flows. An instrument of healing, wholeness, peace, connection. And it is so. Here, now. And I acknowledge it by letting pure joy fill my heart. With that infinite gratitude. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend David. That was wonderful. Thank you. We offer opportunities to practice giving and receiving, that we may cooperate with the reciprocal nature of the spiritual universe. In other words, while we suggest that your giving matters to us, we also suggest your giving matters to you as well. Electronic giving options will appear on your screen. For those choosing to give a physical gift, the ushers will gratefully pass baskets. If you would like information about UIL's programs of regular giving, planned giving, or legacy giving, please take a Giver's Circle brochure or write the Board of Trustees directly. For those already participating, we extend a special thanks. UIL is committed to supporting our many virtual participants as fully as possible. UIL provides quality access to services, both live and archived. It provides classes, meetings, groups, and printed media. Should you, as a virtual participant, find value in UIL's offerings, please consider making a financial gift on the last Sundays of each quarter. And hey, it's today, June 30th. May the power of your giving be revealed in your world in delightful ways. Always, we are honored by our shared journey. Please join me in our affirmation as it appears on the screen. I give freely and fearlessly, fulfilling the law of giving and receiving.
Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say Amen. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say Amen.
Before we get to invitations, I'd like to see, is there anybody new here for the first time? If you would raise your hand if you're here for the first time? No? Okay. If you are newer, I'd just like to, if you haven't already noticed, the resources in front of you in the chair back. One of the things is stay in touch. If you sign that, we can send you 1 or 2 emails a month, and that just basically tells you what's going on at Unity. It's not going to inundate your inbox. And newcomers information, prayer requests, and so on. Also, for those of you who are newer and who have not yet taken advantage of this free gift of the Daily Word, this is available both at the back welcome and information station and in the bookstore, gifts and bookstore just inside the front door, which also offers inspirational little gifts like this butterfly that you can hang. It's supposed to be straight. Yeah, it will be straight. Okay, butterflies. We're in a time of transformation and metamorphosis here at Unity, and so these are really pretty little butterflies to symbolize that. What's that? Made by Marion. Made by Marion, our own Marion, yes. Check them out. Okay. We want to hear from you during this time of transition. If you have a compliment or a comment, please write welisten@unityinlynnwood.org. We're here for you. Please register for all events by visiting the calendar page at www.unityinlynnwood.org and consider the UIL's small group and interfaith ministries as they appear on the screen. Would you enjoy a restful retreat at a beautiful campus on the Hood Canal with the opportunity to mingle with like-minded spiritual seekers? That sounds good. If so, consider registering for the Edgar Cayce Summer CBEC retreat. This year's speaker is Allison Ray, and the program topic is Mystical Teachings, Healing Temples, and Cosmic Laws. The retreat will be July 3rd through the 7th. Coming right up. Additional information is available at the back, and also you can register from UIL's website. Join us Sundays, July 14th and August 14th after service with Reverend Denise Schellink, who's going to be our interim minister starting in September. She's going to come and lead a circle gathering of the spiritual community in an effort to listen deeply, share authentically, and allow our hearts to be seen and heard. It's about holding sacred space, which means being willing to walk alongside another person in whatever journey they're on without judging them, without making them feel inadequate, trying to fix them, or trying to impact the outcome. When we hold space for other people, we open our hearts, offer unconditional support, and let go of judgment and control. Hands on Housing is Saturday, July 20th. Please join us for this 6th annual Hands on Housing event where we do a makeover of a community member's home. All are welcome for part of the day or all day, and it's a lot of fun. There'll be music, food, and laughter as we bring practical spirituality to life the Unity way. To sign up for more information, see Tim Vokes or at the Welcome and Information Service desk at the back. And finally, please welcome Board Treasurer John Brooks to the platform.
Thank you, Sally. And I'm wearing my Hands on Housing shirt, even though I'm not supposed to talk about it today, but you're going to hear it. And do sign up on the calendar page for Hands on Housing because it helps us know how many people are going to come. We have a long list of things that we would like to do for a wonderful homeowner. And if we know who's coming, we can kind of sequence the activities very well. But I'm here to talk about our Giver Circle. There's a card in the seat back in front of you. You can fill that out and drop it into one of the giving baskets, or you can reach out directly to Stacy or to Candy. It's what we do, right? When we listen to public radio, we watch public TV, we say we're going to be givers of what we consume. And so that helps us very much in planning for our financial well-being. And you can change it any time too. You want to give $5 a month, you want to give $100 a month, it's up to you, but you can change it at will. Your circumstances change, give more, give less. So thanks very much.
Thank you, John, for that reminder. And another reminder that that means you and you and you and you would like some attention from a prayer chaplain today, whether to affirm your oneness with God or get support during a time of stress or joy. We have trained and fabulous prayer chaplains who will happily spend time with you after service. Will the prayer chaplains who are in service today please stand or wave so we know? Okay, awesome. And you may meet with them up here after service. And if you are virtual, please write prayer@unityinlynnwood.org and expect a call within a couple of hours from an anonymous number because our prayer chaplains are very secretive now. We love our prayer chaplains. Before we close, please join me for a moment just to seal in this amazing experience we had this morning with Reverend David and all of you. Close your eyes if you wish, take a breath, and in that breath, feel how alive you are at this very moment. Consider the miracle of that breath and the next one. As you breathe, remind yourself of the truth of who you are. Whole, beautiful, exquisite, and perfect. On your next breath, remind yourself that the person to the left of you, and the person to the right of you, and the person in front of you, and the person behind you are all whole, beautiful, exquisite, and perfect. Look for that light in yourself and others, and surely you will find it. Now, we will close, as we always do, with sung words of blessing and sung words of farewell.
May the peace of God surround you as you go along your way. May the joy of life flow through you as you work and as you play. And may the light of who you are shine through in all May the love we share today belong with you.
Thank you, Becca. Thank you, Scotty, Jonesy, Reverend David. Go forth. See you next week.